Recently, Project Zomboid Build 42 released, and it seems like people aren't so happy about it. And while I can see that there are some issues that need to be worked out, keep in mind, this is something that people tend to completely overlook when talking about Build 42, is that it's unstable. It's in beta. It's technically not even released, not even technically, it's not released yet. It was released as an open beta for people to test it out and give their feedback, and the developers specifically did this knowing that there were going to be problems with the build. That's why they asked people to come in and test it out so that they could get some feedback and talk about it so that the game could be fixed and put in a better state so that when Build 42 actually does come out, it's going to be in its best possible shape. But I've been seeing most of the people online talking about how much they hate Build 42, how stupid Indie Stone is, all this other stuff. They have not been civil at all. What happened to having civilized discussions and communications with developers and fans and just actually getting the problem solved instead of being mad about it? Because like I said, you're completely missing the point that you're supposed to be discussing these things, not being super angry about it. I have seen some footage of Build 42 gameplay and it doesn't seem all that bad, so I don't entirely understand why people are so angry. Like, there's muscle fatigue, big deal. Like, you can turn that down in the sandbox settings if you don't like it. And same thing's going for other new features like comfort. And overall, it's just a more difficult game, but there's nothing entirely wrong with it having problems because, as I said, it's in beta. So please just be patient and try not to give the developers too much flack when they get something wrong. It's to be expected with a beta branch. Though I do have to say that some of the Indie Stones, like PR, whoever they have on their PR team, is not very good because somebody brought up that some of the new art looks like AI art, which of course can be problematic because artificial intelligence art is typically plagiarized. And gamers didn't want basically plagiarized art in their game. And it also, the art style completely doesn't match with what is currently seen in the game here in Build 41. See, this is the art that we're used to, and it looks really good for Project Zomboid, but with the newer art, it looks more like a mobile game, a generic little cartoon game that is understandable. That art is not very good, but people really were going a little too hard and overanalyzing it, trying to prove that it's AI art. But at the same time, the PR developer made absolutely no help when they were discussing it. As they said, well, who cares? You should care. You are the public relations guy. You're supposed to soothe people, not antagonize them. Though, apart from that guy in particular, I'm sure the developers at the Indie Stone are doing their best to fix the game. Because, like, I understand that when people are being angry here, they're talking from a place of passion rather than pure hatred. And I think that part should not be forgotten. This is a wonderful game, and I hope that it continues to be a wonderful game, and that the Indie Stone will continue to do the best that they can for the game. And I hope that these little fights with the fans don't really get to them too much. And of course, vice versa, I hope that too many people don't lose sight of how good the game is just because of this discourse, so to speak. There's more important things to worry about right now than whether there's a few bugs or not very well polished features in a build. I mean, people were unironically complaining about how unpolished the build feels or how unfinished it is. Yeah, it's unfinished. It's in the beta build. What did you expect? But that's all for now.